guys, what's up? It's us. We back with the series premiere of Lethal Weapon. And now y'all thinking about what y'all talking about. Lethal Weapon premiered like 80-something years ago. No, it was in the 80s, okay? But anyway, did you see the Lethal Weapon movies?
Yeah.
I saw some and I was very interested. You know, I liked Mel Gibson. I did. But I liked it. He started saying some off-the-wall stuff. And I was like, you know, he said something about people's races. He said something about some Jewish people. And I'm just like, you need to kind of chill. Because, like, yeah. Nobody got time for you really making racist accusations. And, like,
yeah,
you know,
but I guess that didn't change the fact that the movies are classics.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is always, why make a TV show out of classic movie?
And if you guys don't know, we did do Rush Hour. That was on CBS. That's like another thing, like a buddy cop thing that they turned into a TV show. It got canceled. Bye. Anyway, but yeah, so this,
I feel like this might not get canceled.
It might not. It was actually good, I thought. To me, it was like a regular cop show. I mean, I don't really remember much of Lethal Weapon, but it didn't feel like they were trying to reenact or try too hard.
Yeah. I like the acting and everything and how everything played out. Mm-hmm. It was interesting. I was very interested.
I was like,
in it. So,
but yeah. So, it stars Damon Wayans as Roger Murtaugh, that Danny Glover, who played. Clayne Crawford as Martin Riggs, who Mel Gibson portrayed before. Jordana Brewster as Dr. Maureen Cahill. Keisha Sharp as Trish Murtaugh. Kevin Rom as Kevin Brooks Avery. Dante Brown Jr. as Roger R.J. Murtaugh Jr. Chandler Kinney as Rihanna Murtaugh. And Jonathan Fernandez as Scorsese, a pathologist with the LAPD. So,
and more
people.
Yes. Oh, but the girl that played Damon Wayans' wife, she did everything.
She was on everything. She was on Girlfriends. So she was on a few Tyra Beauty movies. She was on a whole bunch of stuff.
So I like that she booked this gig, man.
But yeah,
okay.
So the show started off with, it was a shootout in El Paso, Texas.
Yes.
He was like, dang, I just got this new jacket because he got shot in the shoulder. He's like, I just got this new jacket. My wife is going to kill me. So he wouldn't call his wife. He's like, speaking of the devil. So she's like, I'm mowing the lawn, making a roll, sleeping with the next door neighbor. And he was like, oh, that sounds so sweet. And she's like, oh yeah. And you're gonna be a daddy to a boy in a few minutes. So he's like, what? So he stopped his car, took out his rifle. His freaking partner was like, you can't do that, make that shot. Only 3 people can make that shot in this world. And he's like, Jenkins, shut up. He made the shot, and that car flipped over, and he was getting there.
So he was like, you got this, okay, let's go. So, oh my God, I knew something bad was going to happen because they went back to the wife. She was like, meet me at the hospital. So she was driving herself to the hospital. She was having contraction pains and stuff. This is why you need somebody to drive you. Like, I don't know why you're trying to drive while you're pregnant and you know you're going to be in pain. You're going to go into labor while you're driving. I mean, I know people do this all the time, but it's really not a good idea.
It's really dangerous.
It's dangerous. So she was like, ooh. Then
she was talking to her baby.
She looked down. And then
18-wheeler, the worst thing ever. 18-wheeler came and bam, got her. I was so scared, but then I forgot that his wife did die. I don't know if she was pregnant when she died, but I was like, wow. And he came there all happy. He had flowers. He was ready to go. Then the nurse was like, excuse me, Mr. Martin. Your wife, she passed away. And her body was right there in the lobby. They didn't even put her in like her in the room or nothing. But they covered her up and,
they took her to the hospital for what reason?
I guess to see if the baby was still alive.
To
see if the baby was still alive.
She was probably dead,
So he was like, he was really distraught.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it was Los Angeles time.
6 months ago.
Oh, that's what
6 months later.
Okay, 6 months later. They was in Los Angeles. Damon Wayans' character, Roger, he was excited to get back to work. It's been 22 years. He was a cop. And, his wife was like, okay, well, you don't even have to work because we do all right with my money. So he's like, yeah, but it's your money. I don't want to, live off of you and do this and get fat and play golf.
He want to be the man of the house, his pride is, it's killing his pride.
So they tried to do some disgusting stuff, but the baby started crying. So he was like, it's good for her lungs. And she was like, no, it's not. I got to go get the kid. Meanwhile, Martin, he just kept drinking, spinning his gun. He was like, bang. He got a phone call. His phone was all broken up. He was just going through it.
Yeah, for the past 6 months, he been down, depressed. Because his wife and his baby just died in the same instant. And it's like, wow.
So, Roger, he went back to his work. You know, everybody's like, hey, death suits you.
I know. He was like, I didn't die.
Yeah.
I wasn't dead.
He had
a heart attack.
In the delivery room when his wife was giving birth.
Yes. So that's what the scar is for and everything.
Yeah. So then he kept sliding back in the chair because the chair was uncomfortable. So then the captain was like, you got a new partner. It's Martin Riggs from Texas. And he was like, yeah. He's like, I don't know, a adrenaline junkie with PTSD. Because he told him he was in the war. So then he was like, well, you're going to have to keep get him because, you know, it came from somebody upstairs, like, you know, up in the big leagues. And he was like, look, this is your new partner. But he really was like, I'm not dead yet. I'm not about to die yet. So he didn't want no partner because, you know, he's been doing this for a long time. So. But it's bank robbery time. And Martin was there. So he was like, oh, my God, civilians are going in. Because, you know, Roger didn't know that he was a cop. So he went in there with freaking pizza. The guy was like, I don't want no pizza. What's wrong with you? So he was like, okay. We don't need pizza. So then
he was just talking him down, trying to, you know, stall a little bit.
Did you hear what he said? What? Anyway, he was like, you need to off someone in here. He's like, you probably get a, you know, a white person because they get more publicity. So he told a black guy, sorry, I'm sorry. So Maureen, who Jordana Brewster plays, she was like, what are you doing? Martin's gonna kill them and himself. So then,
because they was listening from outside in the truck.
Yeah, so then, I don't know why they just have cameras, but anyway, so then he ended up, he was like, look, kill me. Like, he's like, I want to die, which he really do, but he was really just playing into the guy's hands, because then he ended up fighting them, then killing all of them, and then the guy got to set the bomb that was in there.
Yeah.
But before he left, cleared out the room and got a pizza.
Yep. And then he walked out with a pizza. He was like, hey, you know, I'm your new partner, whatever. And then the whole thing blew up. I like the way it happened.
Yeah, it was like,
I like the way all that happened.
So Maureen was trying to talk to Martin, you know, saying, what's up, you know, what's good. So he's like, yeah, I could talk about the Navy SEALs, but I wish I could, but it's classified, you know. But I can talk about anything else. So she's like, I'm going to talk about your wife. And he was like, next question. So she's like, no, we're going to have to talk about it. It's going to get harder from this. Meanwhile, Roger was really mad about Martin, you know, he's like, I don't want him here. I mean, I don't even want to be his partner. So then, you know, Martin's like, well, we got to go check out this suicide or whatever. Can you give me a ride? So he was like, fine. Anyway, so they was calling the pathologist ScCuteZie because he went to film school. Mm-hmm. They found this guy. He served in the Navy SEALs. Martin was like, okay, you know, we got to go see his wife, you know, because he deserved a proper investigation.
Yeah, because they just thought it was a suicide because that's how they made it look.
Always look into it, guys. Meanwhile, they went to his wife's house. They was like, he did try to commit suicide before, but he changed because he got a new job, a fresh start. They was moving to Arizona in a new week, a big house. So they was like, well, why would he kill himself with his right hand, not his dominant hand, which would be his left hand? Because
yeah, the only reason they found out he was a lefty is because they saw the baseball glove and his son was there. And it was like, oh, y'all play together? He's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. So...
So he was like, if you're gonna kill yourself, how would you do it? Then Martin's like, well, pill popping seems nice, but then someone's gonna end up pumping your stomach. Then it's gonna be really embarrassing when you come back to work. So he's like, I'll probably go get some polythene, use paper, lay it down, do a good roll right here, take some Jack Daniels and shoot it. Then Roger was like, no, what'd you do with your left or right hand? I didn't even ask for all of that. So he was like, oh. Sorry.
Then that was his point, that he was right. He's left-handed, so he couldn't have really. I mean, that would be weird for him to shoot himself with
yeah, like, this is my right hand, and it's like, that would look, it wouldn't be at the right angle.
No, he shot himself right hand.
Oh.
It was just.
It would
be weird.
It would be weird.
But, you know.
Yeah, so they went to his job and talked to this guy, and I already knew the first guy that they talked to was shady. That was a wrestler. I think. That's a famous wrestler, I think. The actor? I think so. But anyway,
check it out.
They was talking to the main man that worked at the docking imports that they knew drugs was coming through. I don't even know. Anyway, so he was like, yeah, he was just a rent-a-cop. Then Martin was going to go talk to some other guy that he thought he was from Texas because he saw some kind of tattoo that he associated with some gang affiliation. I'm like, okay, but whatever.
Yeah, but he was like just kind of walking away from him. He was like, hey, I'm trying to talk to you. And then he found a pipe and started swinging on him.
I know.
With the pipe. So he got him in a headlock and all this stuff, and then some other guys came, and then he took those guys down because, you know, he served in the army, so, yeah.
Yeah, and then he didn't have no badge either.
Yeah.
So that was really bad because
he don't got no badge or no gun because he got behavioral problems.
Yeah. So it was funny because meanwhile while that was going on, Roger was like, how much can I get that for? My credit is $520. Like, how much can I get that for?
Then he come running past and he's like, okay, guys, it's the bad guy. It's the bad guy leaving. Let's go.
So then Roger was like, well, that's hardly incriminating. All he did was swing on you, like.
He ran.
Yeah, he just
So they went into this high speed chase that I knew they was gonna get in trouble for because they're gonna mess up everything and destroy.
They was in the Grand Prix race, so it was too much. And then guess what? Martin jumped on top of that man's car, knocked him out, so he crashed into the water buckets. Then he got out, and then he got hit by a bus. That sounded so crazy.
So
he didn't even.
No. Yes, they did. But they didn't even get to talk to him, so it's like, what the heck?
And was he even the one that killed the guy?
Who knows now?
Who knows? So meanwhile, they was in trouble. They gonna end up solving the case themselves before the day is over because then they get reassigned to somebody else. Yep. Then Roger was like, don't judge me for wanting to stay alive. He was like, look, I don't care. I'm gonna go. He was like, go and die then, Martin. Go. I'm like,
yeah, but he was judging him for. He was like. Because he said something about not wanting to die or whatever. And he was like, oh, lucky you. But he's shaming him for not wanting to die. Or being scared. Because he was scared to, like, shoot or whatever. Or to go get him. And he was like, I don't want to die. And he do want to die. So he was kind of shaming him.
I know, for wanting to die.
For not wanting to die.
For not wanting to die. It's like, bro, we
know you going through something. But that doesn't mean.
He just got a new heart. Yeah. So Roger was telling his wife all about Martin. Then Martin ended up coming and he was like, look, it was some gunpowder residue on him and that shouldn't be on you when you commit suicide because it should be a straight shot. And then he was like, I want to go to the coroner's office. So then he got invited to come in to eat and stuff. So he went in there telling the kids to enlist, telling them to smoke weed. I don't think he was trying to intentionally. I think
no, he didn't tell them to enlist.
He said you should.
No, he said he was being sarcastic though. He said because the boy, what's his name?
His son.
Yeah,
Junior?
What's the guy's name?
Roger. RJ.
Damon Wayans character.
It's Roger.
Roger's son. He was like, yeah, I want to enlist, but he was like, because he was asking about the army. Did he get to see any action and all that? He was like, okay, if you can enlist, yeah, it's a guy. To enlist if you want to. If you want to see, it's the lifestyle that you want. If you want to see your best friend get shot, then enlist. So he wasn't telling him, but he was like, we're sarcastic. He was like, yeah, if you want to see your best friend get shot, and if you're traumatized by all the stuff that goes on in the army, then enlist. So then he was like, okay,
never mind. Okay.
But then the daughter, she got caught with a little weed, and she thought it was okay. But, she just got caught with a little weed. But, what's his name? What is the
Roger.
The new guy's name?
Martin.
Roger and Martin. But, yeah, Martin was like, yeah, I smoke a lot of weed and stuff. But he was like, it's for medicinal purposes. So, I wouldn't advise no kids to do it. But it was funny when he came to the door, he was like, oh no, Roger was like, no, Martin got stuff to do. He was like, yeah, because I ain't ate
in a week.
In about a week, but that's okay.
He probably didn't either.
Yeah, because when he came in there, he was grubbing down. He was like, what?
Roger was, playing with his kid, his baby, so he
had that awkward moment at the table.
Oh, yeah, because he was like, I don't know why, but the wife was like, oh, well, you got kids. And she was like, no, it wasn't really in the plans of working. So she was like, but you married. And he had like on this
he paused for a long time on all these questions.
Yeah, so then he was like, oh, you had an affair with the gun. So then Roger's like, okay, nobody laughed. So then he was like, no, she passed away. So then Roger was like, ooh, sorry. So
he went to go play with his baby. And then Martin was, just watching because he was like sad that he don't got no baby.
Yeah.
And it was sad.
So he was like, well, can you hold the baby? So then he was like, well, why? I don't want to. And he was like,
I haven't washed my hands in a long time.
I know. He was like, I got to get my keys. We got to go to the coroner's office. So he let him hold the kid. And the kid was like, who is this white man? Hold me. Anyway, but yeah. So they went to go see if Ramon had been doped because it wasn't the regular medication that he normally take. So Martin was at the wife's house and she was acting real weird. I was like,
she was like, leave.
So he went and came into her house, I guess, through like a back door. So then she was like,
grabbed her and
I know. I've been like, So then she's being watched. They took her son. They just straight up took her kid, and they want heroin.
What ransom are they gonna hold with the son?
They just want the heroin.
I mean, the guy's dead.
I know.
Who's gonna give it to him?
I guess her.
She don't know about no drugs.
Yeah, so Oscar never came home, she said, and then Ramon, they stole heroin, and then he was like, I'm gonna get him home. So Martin was getting ready in his place, so then Roger's like, oh, did you know your home was illegally parked? But he was like, look, I gotta bring something, because growing up, I was supposed to always bring something to somebody's house when I come to somebody's house. So he was like, yes, Daryl, the first guy that they talked to when they went to that job, was Ramon's commanding officer in Iraq, so he did know them. So was that his second Navy SEALs tag? Because it was 2 tags.
Yeah, it was 2.
So yeah.
I don't know. He took them, so he's probably gonna do something.
Yeah, so then he was like, look, I want to do this alone. He's like, you a good guy. But, yeah, so he ended up handcuffing Roger to the thing and leaving. He's like, look, you got a good family.
Because he didn't want him to get in that kind of trouble and, and die.
And he got a family and stuff. So he's like, it's cold beer in the fridge, but I see you can't reach that, so I'm going to skedaddle. So he left. So then Martin was like, I came for the kid or any of the kidnapped children you might have here. So he's like, if you don't want to do that, we have number 2, I kill all y'all, then you kill me, then you a cop killer, then you go to jail for your rest of life, and that's not really good either, so yeah. So then he's like, drop your gun, so then he dropped this, so then they showed him the kid. Oscar was like, you good? He's like, I'm good, So yeah, then out of nowhere, he was like, where's the product? He was like,
he didn't even have it.
He didn't have nothing fake either.
He don't have nothing whatsoever.
He could've just
But Roger came in, and that was in Martin's car, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
So how did Martin get there? Because that was Martin's little
Martin took
truck.
Roger's car.
Why?
I have no clue. So the car flew in, they was shooting, Roger did it. You know, they killed all of them that quick. Well, they wouldn't have no
Martin
backup.
did it.
Oh, Martin did it.
He just quick with his gun, like that, you know what I'm saying?
But they was gonna put they said put a bolo out, like it's probably ABP, PB out on him, but too late, he got shot in the shoulder.
Yeah, because they was just walking out laughing, giggling. I'm like, get in the car and get that woman's son back to her.
I know.
And they laughing and stuff. He just got kidnapped. They didn't even ask him if he was
okay. I know. They didn't even call for backup.
They just laughing about.
Did they even do paperwork for that?
No, because he was supposed to be on the case.
Oh yeah. Well, he didn't get reassigned yet. That's like crawling through the loopholes. But meanwhile, he was like, look.
He got shot.
The guy was like, no more warnings. He was like, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk out. He's going to kill me, and then you're going to kill him. He's like, please don't miss. And he was like, bruh, I'm not about to let you. No. Because Roger wasn't even going to shoot him the first time because he was like, look, if you're not going to shoot me when he was leaving out his house, if you're not going to shoot me, let me leave because I got stuff to do. So I'm just like, he was like, oh
yeah,
God.
He really wanted.
It's like when people talk about Drake and Bleach on Instagram with the memes.
I know, but he was like, I'm going to be with my girl.
Yeah, because he missed her.
Yeah.
So then he was like, he went and stood out there, and the guy was like, let me put my bullets in it. I forgot to put it in like 10 times before this. So then Roger ended up just shooting him in the foot. Then he fell. Next to Martin fell next to his gun.
He's
like,
real quick.
I know he is, but that's what they train him for. So they was all good. He's like, I can't believe you shot me. And he was like, I can't believe it took me this long too.
No.
So Martin was talking to this guy named Delgado. He was like I guess he was like the attorney general. He was like one of the big guys up there. So then he was like, thank you for bringing her home. He's like, yeah, my wife she was a real LA girl, and I could never let her stay in Texas. And he was like, look, Martin, she'd go anywhere with you. And that was his daughter. So that's how it got caught in. That was his son-in-law. So yeah. So then he was like, okay, they went to Roger. So then Roger's wife was like, you got 5 seconds to get your butt in this bed. And he's about to do something disgusting again. But Martin knocked on the door, and he's like, it's just the wind. He's like, it's just the wind.
He's like, go answer the door.
I know, she was really adamant about answering the door. So anyway, he gave him mine. He was like, look, I want to thank you for shooting me, whether you thought about doing it or not. So Roger was like, I'm going to see you tomorrow, right? You're not going to go poof, huh? And he was like, no, because she'll probably be really ashamed at me for doing that. So then his wife came down, and she was like, you didn't even invite him in. He's like, no, he didn't. Very rude. She's like, get in here and invite this man, and you shot him. And she didn't even know he shot him. So she was like, okay. So then she was like, look, 60 is right around the corner because he just turned 50. And then he was like, 60? So then Martin was like, y'all got any food in here? And I'm like, it's in the middle of the night. No, they didn't cook no food. No, because people like to eat dinner one time and then throw the leftovers away.
I would have food in the middle of the night. That's when I eat. Like,
I eat food with cereal. I mean, it's food. I mean, what are you cooking dinner at freaking 8 o'clock every single day? You don't have time for that, so your bill's so freaking high. Like, bruh. Eat your food.
Because you need meals every day.
I know, but it's like, they overdo it though. Then they throw the food away. Like, you can at least wrap that up and then give it to somebody that needs it.
Or just eat the leftovers.
What did you think of the show? Yeah, I actually did like the show. You know, I didn't feel like it was any cornballishness. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes. I feel like they didn't try to overdo it. Mm-hmm. I feel like, you know, Damon Wayans did good on his part, and then I think I did good on his part. It wasn't too much, like, he wasn't trying to act too crazy, like, too Mel Gibson-y.
Yeah, because with Mel Gibson, like, he's kind of crazy, and you can see it in his eyes on the movie. Like, but with this character, I mean, it's the same character, but with this actor, he's a little more sad, maybe. A little sad. Yeah, he's a little more sad, but more, rather than crazy. But I thought it was good chemistry, good acting. It was all the way, it was, you know. It
was good. We really didn't get to finish the story out to see how everything turned out. Like, who killed Ramon, but I guess it really didn't matter anyway.
I mean, it's a series. They don't tell.
Yay!
It's not a one-time thing, I hope, right?
Well, I don't know. They said the ratings they did 7.93 million viewers, which is actually pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, everybody wanted to tune in to see what that first episode is going to be like, see if it's going to be like, ah, man, you messing up the movie. But I think it did it justice. Like, I really do.
I know. Let's see what this one article said. They said what works and what needs work. AMP. Ooh, from Yahoo.com. So, okay, it said, hands up those of you who can remember the actual plot of Lethal Weapon movie, the appeal of the franchise, which produced 4 films between 1987 and 1998. Always laying and watching Mel Gibson's crazy cop playing off of Danny Glover's uptype cop. That relationship remained intact amidst a revolving door of generic villains. Blah, 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 blah. And the fact that Lethal Weapon's basic premise was so simple in theory makes it the perfect film. Blah, 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 blah. On the other hand, that basic premise always worked because blah, 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 blah. That's why tonight's series premiere prioritizes the relationship between the two. Over the details of the case they've been partnered up to solve, which has something to do with a dead body that leads into a gang of what else? Drug smugglers. En route to the final shootout, which in the tradition of all 80s action movies goes down at an empty dockyard. They bicker and bond during high-speed car chases and family dinners. For those who like to complain that nothing happens on slow burn series like Better Call Saul, Lethal Weapon is a show where really nothing happens. There's a lot of moment-to-moment incident, but none of it is in the service of a bigger story arc, so penetrating characterizations. In that way, actually the ideal adaptation of the Lethal Weapon film franchise, thrill machines that really slow down and let any deep thoughts hinder the momentum. What we like. Clayne Crawford and Dan Wayans aren't Mel Gibson and Danny Glover, and that's exactly why they make a good team. With both actors committed to making these characters their own, they quickly establish a dynamic that's reminiscent of their predecessors without being carbon copy repeats. Yeah, that makes sense. What needs work? In that same interview, Mila suggested that while the series will mainly be driven by episodic engine, a larger season-long story arc will emerge in time. Here's hoping it's a lot more interesting than cases Riggs and Martin solve in the plot, because the details of the crime feel like placeholder text that forgot to fill in after the fact. That's true.
I feel like I missed a lot of stuff that you just said, because I couldn't understand what you said.
Basically, they said that when they gonna be making a bigger, throughout the episodes, gonna be a bigger, long story that's gonna emerge, and they're gonna try to fix like with the episodes, because on this they didn't fill in a lot, like they didn't like key us in like, okay, well, where did he put the drugs, where did he go with the drugs, and all this.
So
and that.
I don't remember like the first Lethal Weapon. I don't remember the exact plot of the first Lethal Weapon. Of any Lethal Weapon, actually, but was this episode based off of a specific thing from the movie? I'm wondering. Like, did they try to recreate the whole thing? And are they gonna do that? Are they gonna try to recreate the whole movie through the whole series?
I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't even know. They said that Clayne Crawford had a massive breakdown after playing the Mel Gibson role that was made famous, they said. I'm like, what? This all might change for Crawford as he's now starting in a new show. So, in real life, Crawford is much the old school southern gentleman who lives with his family on a farm in Alabama. He was late for his phone interview with Esquire because he was talking to his grandfather. So, he was saying how he was extremely sad that, you know, his grandfather can hear him. They was really just talking, you know, regularly and all this. Because he's on another show called Rectify, They said that he had a breakdown.
Why?
So, this is, I'm trying to find out what he said. It was like really, really long.
Okay, well, we'll find out that later. But I guess he's really connected to the character and he felt something. So, you know, I think it's gonna last. I really think it's gonna last.
I hope so.
It's real good. So,
I hope so.
Thank you for watching. Leave your comments. Comment what you think. Like if you like. Subscribe, share, you know.
Subscribe, share, comment. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.